Differential reinforcement of alternative behavior in the treatment of self-injurious behavior in children diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. The purpose of our study was to show the effectiveness of differential reinforcement of alternative behavior as an intervention for targeting a decrease in self-injury for children with autism. Our participants were girls ages 7 to 10 with autism spectrum disorder who attended public school and had an IQ score of 45 to 50. The results indicated that differential reinforcement of alternative behavior can be effective in decreasing self-injury in this population. Self-injurious behavior can take many forms. However, our participants' dependent variables included head banging, punching themselves, hand biting, and cutting themselves by using a sharp object to punch or puncture the skin. We chose to study self-injurious behavior due to its commonality as well as to address the nature of severity that it can cause for participants as well as caregivers. A study addressing the behaviors of persons with autism spectrum disorder is relevant due to the prevalence of the diagnosis. More than 1.5 million Americans are impacted by autism spectrum disorder. Brian Awada has published a substantial amount of research regarding self-injurious behaviors. One study in particular establishes a causal relationship between differential reinforcement of alternative behaviors and the reduction of self-injury. The independent variable that we chose to use as our intervention for differential reinforcement of alternative behavior was the picture exchange communication system, also commonly referred to as PECS. This system involves line drawings on a piece of paper which the participant could exchange with a communicative partner in order to express emotions such as anger or frustration. The goal of our intervention was to increase communication of our three girls, ages 7, 8, and 10, in order to decrease the self-injury that was being exhibited by them. The participants of this study included Sally, a 7-year-old female diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, Molly, a 10-year-old girl diagnosed with autistic disorder, Maggie, an 8-year-old female diagnosed with autistic disorder. The sessions were conducted within a classroom setting. Our materials included a picture exchange communication system, which consisted of a 3-ring binder with hook and loop Velcro, on which line drawings were placed. The line drawings could easily be removed by the participants in order to exchange them with a communicative partner throughout the sessions. The dependent variable in the study was self-injurious behavior, and the independent variable included differential reinforcement of alternative behavior or reinforcing any communicative attempts made using the picture exchange communication system. An ABA multiple baseline design was used within our study. We conducted a baseline, an intervention, and a return to baseline. Our social validation included a questionnaire provided to caretakers, teachers, and guardians in order to evaluate the impact of the intervention for the client. At the end of the intervention phase, self-injurious behavior was recorded at 0 level for all 3 participants. Return to baseline showed lower levels of self-injurious behavior than recorded in initial baseline data. Within our study, we showed that an increase in appropriate behaviors, the use of a communication system, can be effective in decreasing inappropriate behaviors such as self-injury. This validates results of previous studies that show that differential reinforcement of alternative behaviors can be effective in decreasing self-injury. Considerations for future research include some limitations of differential reinforcement of alternative behaviors. In some very severe cases, differential reinforcement for alternative behaviors may not be appropriate. Differential reinforcement of alternative behaviors can also result in extinction burst, so that's something that should be noted. And in some cases, differential reinforcement for alternative behaviors can be very cumbersome for teachers or for caregivers. When you design an intervention that includes DRA, you should take that under advisement and make sure that the intervention is feasible for those conducting it.